Hi guys, I've not done one of these videos in a long time. It's a vendor reset video, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's get it.
Always good to see you.
A nice king breaker for a heartbreaker build. Works really well. Not bad rolls, about 80%. Targets damage out of cover is a good attribute to have on. Health damage and assault rifle damage. Amplifies weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies after 3 kills. Amplifies pulse to the next. Amplifies pulse to the next enemy you hit. Slow down, bam. Yeah, so put on the laser pointer, and it's a really good gun to have for your heartbreaker build. Not a bad PP19. I like the PP19. It's a really good gun. It's about average RPM. So it's quicker than AR, but not as quick as really high-end SMGs. So it's a mid-range. The rolls are not too bad as well. I would change the headshot damage to something else, but you could live with that because the in-sync is a good talent to have. Hitting an enemy grants 15% skill damage for 5 seconds. So it's a really good talent to have with a skill build. So yeah, it's not a bad PP19. Really enjoy that gun. Not a bad Walker Harris mask. One will give you weapon damage, and then it's 11.9% weapon damage. Get rid of the hazard protection and put crit chance on there, and then you've got 10.12% critical hit damage. Then you can stick a crit mod in there, so it's not too bad. You've got to remember with all these, it's nicer to farm, but for just if you're missing a piece or you just want to get a build going, this is what you use these pieces for. So that's not bad. A lot of people forget about the countdown vendor, so when you've done the countdown and you get points for the hunter's dog tags and completing the missions, you spend the points here at the countdown vendor. It's just down from the chopper. A lot of people forget about this one. Okay, so just looking at that, the dare is not bad. I mean, I really enjoyed the RPK, but at a 200 round mag, I'm going to test this dare with my Heartbreaker build. I'm going to test an incursion later because the Heartbreaker is assault rifle and LMG. So there you are with perfect flatlight, which is the same as the Kingbreaker. So it's a very, very good LMG to have countdown vendor, and it's countdown vendor points. So you know what I mean. It's not cash like DZ credits. Underneath from that is a really good named backpack, the Uzina. So it's 5% total armor, and then you've got armor, which is not great. It's a little over 50%, and then you've got headshot damage and armor regen. So you could put hazard protection on there. Whatever you need for your build, but it's the perfect opportunistic, which is the good thing. Enemies you hit take 15% more damage from all sources for 5 seconds using a marksman rifle or shotgun weapons only. So if you were to use this as like a part of a healer build, which I do, I use it for my healer build for the incursion. I run a shotgun so I can get the use the lefty so I can get the sledgehammer. So by throwing a grenade, I managed to get the lefty, get the sledge, and the perfect opportunistic for the shotgun. So really good backpack. If you haven't tried it, definitely give it a try. It really helps your team if you're a team player.
Incoming backup request.
So there you go to go with the PP19. Not bad gloves. They're okay. Again, about 70%. So you've Sokolov concern gloves, so it's 10% SMG damage, 10.8% weapon damage, 9.9% crit, and 4.5 crit chance. So I would just max out one of those and run with that for a while until you've got a better one to run with. Yeah, that's it. I was going to say, because I saw the red, I was going to say walk ice, but you don't really want headshot damage really on this. You want it to be crit chance and crit damage. So not that great Walker Harris, to be honest. Okay, so DZ vendor points. Another one people might not be aware of. So DZ vendor points again are separate, just like the countdown vendor points, just like the descent points. They're separate from your division credits. Okay, and these need to be extracted from the DZ. So you'll find little tiny boxes around the DZ that give you a DZ credit, but they have to be extracted. And when they're extracted, they can be spent at these vendors. I don't think I've got any. No, I haven't got any. So I've got 0 in the corner. So that's what these need to be spent on. So they're a little bit trickier. Sometimes you have good gear at these places, so it's worth it to go farm just for those credits. Because what also happens is, when you're in the DZ, whatever you trash gives you a credit as well, or it used to do. It's been a while since I've been in the DZ. Last time I was in the DZ, that's what it did. When you trashed items, it gave you a credit as well. So you could just keep trashing items and just extract the vendor points. But yeah, so if there's anything like normally they do like really good Jarl gear at the DZ vendors, so you would definitely go farm points for those.
console if you want to know more.
My favourite gun in the game. Honestly, I can't up this gun. I would buy this gun no matter what. I'm not a massive fan of the natural routes, but you know what I mean. It is the best gun in the game, in my opinion. If you haven't tried the RPK, the black market RPK, or just a normal RPK, because what it is it hits like an LMG, but it feels like an AR and it acts like an AR. So the recoil is AR-ish, the reload speed is AR-ish. So it is an LMG without all the downfalls from LMG. Obviously the magazine size is a little bit smaller, but you can get that up to about 70, I think, with whatever specialization you use. So it's not crazy, but the reload speed is really quick. So that, you know what I mean, it's okay having 100 rounds, but if it takes you 20 seconds to reload, you know, it's not always the best. So that's why I really like the black market RPK. I mean, I run this in raids. I run it in nearly everything that I do. And so I was talking about earlier about the other gun that's at the countdown vendor. I normally run the RPK, but I am going to try that other gun. But if that doesn't work, I'll be coming straight back to the RPK. Best gun in the game, easily. This one, like I said, I'm not a massive fan because of it's the talent. So I'm not a massive fan of the steady-handed. I would prefer something else, but I don't want swap speed neither. You know what I mean? So I would get rid of the swap speed and just deal with the steady-handed. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not a horrible talent, but it's not what I would use. But again, like I said earlier, the vendors are there just to get you started. If you're missing something, you know what I mean? You've got crazy points. You know what I mean? And you want to spend them. That's what you can spend them on. Love the apartment. Honestly, one of my favourite SMGs. Really enjoy this gun. Reminds me of Division 1, the house, exotic. So I always buy this. I have got quite a few, so I haven't got the vendor points to buy it, but if I did, I would buy it. I would just buy it. I wouldn't care about anything else, just get it, just to have it in my stash. Really good SMG. Higher RPM than the PP19, so I think the magazine size is slightly smaller, but the RPM is brilliant. Love this gun. So it's 10.2% SMG damage, 14% critical hit chance, and 9% headshot damage, and then perfectly measured. The top half of the magazine 20% rate of fire and minus 27% weapon damage, but the bottom half of the magazine is minus 20% rate of fire and 33% total weapon damage. So it's a give and take. You've got to chew through the magazine, get extended mag put on there. So yeah, really good SMG. Enjoy it. Good for speed running. If you've got to do the league missions and things like that, really good. not a bad skill build backpack. The Hana U, so it's 10% skill haste, 10% skill damage, and then 10% weapon damage, but you probably only just take the 2 piece. And then core attribute is skill tier, and then repair skills and skill haste, so you can change that from skill damage, and then have a skill haste mod. And that's the combined arms as a talent, shooting an enemy, increasing total skill damage by 25% in 3 seconds. So as long as you see that icon come up in the bottom corner, you're getting an extra skill, 25% damage, which is brilliant for skill build, because all I run is a drone and a turret. Normally when I do the summit, and just let your drone and your turret do all the damage. So it's not bad, it's okay if you've got the DZ credits.
Good dealing.
Thanks for the visit.
Hey, wanna make a trade?
Okay, so first video I've done in a long while, not bad, not too bad items. Some items I could use when I'm starting new builds. Some items that the vendors, you got to remember the vendors are not there to be the best. I mean, sometimes you have some really great things on there. We really do every week. It changes every Tuesday on reset day, but it's the farming game, so they want you to farm missions, they want you to farm countdown, they want you to farm, even if you want to farm the raids, you know what I mean, whatever it is, it's a farming game, you know what I mean, and that's what they want you to do. They don't want you to buy from the vendors, but the vendors are there because you're missing a piece. Like I've seen myself grinding for hours trying to get that one piece. Well, if the vendor's got it, you've got something to start a build with, because that's what I tend to do. So say like I'll have a holster the rolls are not that great, but at least it's part of the build that I need, and then eventually that holster will turn up. I mean, I have done that in the past. I mean, if I can't max roll it, because also having the materials to roll it is not always the easiest. So you go to the vendors, see what they've got. So yeah, first video back, not terrible. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? They're not meant to be, I mean, amazing. Or you just go to the vendors and make a build. So yeah, good, the bad, the ugly. It's okay.